like the double hinge nutcracker, extension ladder, as well as a pattern for the Daisy Red Ryder BB gun, as shown in A Christmas Story. So if you've seen that, then you too will shoot your eye out. And this island is also said to be so friendly, if you wave to it, even this white fence will wave back at you. This looks like the seaplane wants to land, so keep an eye on that as we pass through. We're coming up on St. Elmo's Island, named after the patron saint of sailors. Large white anchor sits on the side of the hill there to commemorate the men and women who have served on the St. Lawrence. I'm looking over as well. It's on the left-hand side. If you happen to land, maybe we'll get a chance to see. Probably landed in that open area over by Wellesley Island. So there's some pillars surrounding that home on top of the hill. And the home at the bottom of the hill, well, that's a small replica of what the original main home used to look like when it sat up on top of the hill before catching on fire. So during the Great Depression, a lot of these owners, well, they set their homes on fire trying to collect money from the insurance agencies, not realizing they didn't have any money either during that time, setting their homes on fire for nothing. Being in the Alexander Bay Fire Department for 6 years, I know a little knowledge with that. But I do know back in the day, most owners didn't have the proper means to pump out the water putting out these fires. They lost a lot of their homes and businesses. Nowadays, we're more equipped, more advanced, more modern. A lot of local fire departments in the area all volunteer. About 6 volunteer firefighters do work at Uncle Sam's. And we have a sense of humor about being on the waters there. So if you see any of our boats roaming around, they're probably named by their speed, last chance, no hope, and long gone. On your right-hand side, if you look over, we have a scenic view park, little beach there, Casino Island with a footbridge connecting over, the river walk and a river hospital. And there's easy access by docks into the river hospital if anybody should ever need it. And then the white gazebo is a dive park. So back over to the left-hand side, we're approaching the highlight of the tour, Boat Castle on Hart Island. So it's said to be the never fully finished, furnished, or lived-in castle that Mr. Bolt started constructing in the early 1900s for the love of his life. What an amazing story that is. But did you guys know he actually had a second love of his life? Started building this castle and realized there wasn't going to be enough room for her. So he built her very own castle on her very own island. It's on the left-hand side, and that is the mother-in-law cottage. I know. It's named Just Room Enough, and we heard she was a frequent sleepwalker. That's the mother-in-law's cottage, just tiny house. So as we get closer to the castle, looking over, you have the entrance arch of the family deer on it. All the boats were to greet their customers, their friends, family right through there. Now next is a sandcastle, also tower, children's playhouse. And back in the day, you would have found a 2-lane bowling alley, billiard room, library, small theater, and kitchen. And it was a temporary living quarters for the boats in the construction of the castle. With a gazebo right down on the property there, and some fountains. You can make a wish, bring some change. And look at the castle. There's a deer all the way up to the top. The castle is 6 stories tall. It's 127 rooms, 45 fireplaces, 365 windows, one for every day of the year. The castle is said to be able to accommodate 25 families of 4 comfortably, each room having a fireplace and a bathroom in there. Down at the bottom, those windows you saw was an in-ground swimming pool down there. The Dovecote of the Henry is where George houses exotic birds, surrounded with those white statues, Italian gardens, where many brides come to see I do, and about a 5-year wait on that. And the windows underneath it, a neat little system, transporting luggage and goods from the docks into the castle without anyone ever seeing a thing. The powerhouse, the pump house, and the clock tower is what we're passing now, the last structure at the end here. Powered with gas and diesel generators, powering the whole island, as well as parts of Alexandria Bay at one point. And it was destroyed by a fireworks display, but since it's been restored, opened up, and ready for folks to tour it. The brown structure in the opening there, we've seen it twice now. That is the Yacht House. George houses steamships and personal boats in there. You can upgrade your ticket and they'll shuttle you over and you can tour that Yacht House. Now this is a self-guided tour. It's an unlimited stop. Castle's open at 6:30 this evening, but the last boat of Uncle Sam's does leave the island at 6:15. Walking all around the island, touring all the different buildings in there. Checking that out, folks. Now remember, the gift shop is moved up inside due to high waters throughout the years. Mr. George Bolt, he was a Russian immigrant, and he traveled his way across the North Atlantic at the young age of 13 without a penny to his name. Landed in New York City, got a job as a dishwasher at a local hotel. Did that for a few years, and he started working along the side of a gentleman and his daughter. Became a very powerful hotel business manager, and then he wound up marrying that daughter, and that was Louise. The two vacationed up in this area for many summers with their two children, daughter Clover and son George Jr. While up in the area, well, Mr. Bolt fell in love with Hart Island, so he purchased it from Congressman E.K.R., which was the owner at that time. Had the spelling of the name changed from H-A-R-T to H-E-A-R-T, then he had parts of the island blasted to resemble a Valentine's heart, seen from an aerial view. Could not wait to present this to his beloved Louise on February 14th, 1904. Sadly, though, 1 month and 1 week prior to this date, a telegraph arrived over at the castle on the grounds. The workers picked it up and it stated this: "Stop all work. Louise has died. Put down your equipment, your tools, leave the island at once, never to return." Signed, George Bolt. Workers did exactly what they were advised. They laid the tools right down to their feet, laid them right down, they left the island, and they never returned. Later on, found out that she passed away at the age of 42 from heart failure. Bolt and the children, even though they continued to come up here a few times, a few summers, never set back foot on Hart Island, so it remained open, left in ruins, until the Thousand Island Bridge Authority came along to purchase this island. Now, after purchasing it, there's some strict rules to follow. Like, no one could ever stay at the castle. Louise never got to. Castle couldn't come past 95% completion, as she never got to see it completed. Castle also couldn't make any profit when you tour the castle. Anything purchased over there goes back into the restoration of the castle. So that is the highlight of the tour, and you do have a chance to stop there and tour it at the end of the tour. The castle cost for admission is $11 for adults, $8 for children, 4 and under admitted free. Now your docking procedures, things like how you're going to get back to Alexander Bay if you choose to tour Boat Castle. I will go over right around this section on the way back, so stay tuned for that. Now if you're looking over to the left-hand side, you can see there's a little small island over there with the green roof, and that is Coyote Island, owned by Steve Carhart. He designed Ray-Ban sunglasses for many years with the crew, but he wanted to retire and he wanted to enjoy himself on this island that he purchased after he fell in love with this river. Now, he did lose a few pair of sunglasses into the river that first summer. You can imagine his frustration with that. So he decided to come out of retirement to design some Coyote sunglasses. A special pair called Bob's. They are floating sunglasses, official eyewear of the Uncle Sam crew. We never have to worry about losing a pair of sunglasses to the bottom of the river. When they fall in, we can just scoop them up and be on our way. So if you'd like to bring back a souvenir from the Thousand Island region, you can purchase a pair down in the concession for only $20, no tax. We don't really like to do the math. They're also 100% polarized. You can wear them anywhere. The pair I'm wearing are about 4 years old. They discontinued this style. So folks, now would be a great time to visit the concession, the restrooms, and talks amongst yourself, as I'm going to take a break here. I'm going to grab a drink. When I come back up, we'll be leaving the main shipping channel and I'll continue on with the tour. Thank you, folks.